Hey everyone, welcome to Vision Board. My name is Sage Breed. Y'all, boom, baby, we're back. Welcome. Hey, if you're joining us for the first time, let me be one of the first people to welcome you here. I'm excited, I'm blessed, I'm honored that you've joined us. If you've been joining us and been rocking with us for a while, welcome back. Man, y'all, so let me give you some context. We took a step back from what we've been doing here at Lifeline, and man, it's got to shake it up. We got some time aside to learn. We got some time aside to grow, to get things taken out, and to allow ourselves to get things put in. You get what I'm saying? So it's been good. And out of that, for those that know, hey, I'm a Christian. I don't hide it. I talk about it. It's a deep part of my life. So we're going to be discussing some things that are from the Bible. However, they're success principles. So don't tune out. You may just miss the very thing to help you. Okay. But nonetheless, we took some time and we allowed God to really, I'll use first person, right? I talk about we as in the team, but I've allowed God to really shape me, to mold me. And out of that came Vision Board. We got a new vision. The goal, the mission is the same. The vision is the same. When I say we got a new vision, y'all, let me just read this. I wrote it down. Okay. We're here to teach you how to design a successful life. That's what we do with this segment, Vision Board. Okay. We're not here to do it for you. You got to put in the work. We're not here to tell you what to think. We're here to teach you how to think. We're not going to create a design for you. We're going to guide you so you can design it. We're not even going to tell you what success is. But we are going to show you how to define what success looks like for you. Okay? Hey, so let's jump in, right? Let's just jump in. So for me, you may be looking at this and watching this and being like, yo, this is different. This is different. It is. It is different. This is a part of a week-long series, a week-long curriculum. So what we sat down and did is we have broken our weeks and our topics and our lessons into segments following our 5 pillars. If you've been rocking with us for a bit, you know what they are. If you've been joining us, we'll show you what they are, okay? We got spiritual, mental, physical, social, and finally financial. And these go top down. So when your spirit is right, your mental is right. When your mental is right, your physical is right. When your physical is right, your circle is right. And out of all these things, when they're all in the correct order and they're all being taken care of, the money just comes. Because it has to. So I've sat down with my mentors. I've sat down before the Lord. And this is something that He's given our family that we've been putting into practice. And when I tell you, God took us, right, to quote a movie, from zero to hero. They work. These principles work. So, man, we are going to kick off this first one. We're just going to talk about blueprint. So if you were rocking with this, these go in a weekly thing. So yesterday on Growth Track, we talked about understanding the foundation. And we know before you even start the foundation, you got to have a blueprint. Otherwise, how do you know how deep to dig, how wide to dig, how thick the foundation needs to be, right? You have to have a plan. You have to have a blueprint. So what is a blueprint? Yeah, that's a great question. You're good at asking questions. A blueprint is a design plan. That's it. It's just a design plan. So when we talk about, hey, let's go ahead, let's get a blueprint up for this, really what we're talking about is what's your vision? A vision is not something that is like, man, it's going to look like this. I really want this. And this is really what I hope for. That's not a vision. That's a dream. Nothing wrong with dreams. You just can't build one. A vision, you should be able to walk through it and see it. A vision, you should be able to close your eyes. When I think about Vision, right? I'm gonna describe my apartment because this is vision. This is something that my wife Shelby and we did before we moved in here. First, we decided, well, where do we want to live? Okay, boom. Then we found this apartment. Okay, boom. We didn't live here at first. My eyes are still closed because I'm seeing the vision. We would drive after dates, okay, and we would pull into the parking spot. We would sit in underneath the awning. And we would say, okay, let's walk through our day. What would we do? Man, well, we'd wake up, we'd greet each other good morning, and we get deep with it, man. We use the restroom, we take the shower, we'd pray, we'd change our clothes. You would head to the gym, I'll be at home cooking, blah, 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 and we just go down. Next thing we know, a couple months later, we're living in it. But it got deeper than that. All right, hey, describe what our apartment looks like. Okay, vision. We don't even know what the thing looks like, but we would print out the schematic of the layout that we desired. Oh, we'd have a couch here. We'd have a desk here, a TV there. We'd have our fridge here. It's the same thing when you're thinking about your life, when you're thinking about your dream, when you're thinking about what has been put inside of you, you have to be able to articulate it. And it's no shame to you if you're not able to articulate it yet. There's no shame at all. Sit down with it and say, okay, well, what do I really want? What do I really want? For those that know, I do music, right? This is my shirt, Sage Breed Music. It's on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, SoundCloud. Wherever you listen to music, that's where it is, y'all. We just put out a new project on December 16th. Go on, check it out. It's called In Memory of Me. Shameless plug-in because it's my music. But with it, when I imagine my music, I see specific people listening to it. When I write my songs, I write it with the vision of playing it in a show and what the crowd looks like and what they're doing. I write the certain music parts for my friends so we can all play together, so we can all enjoy the music together. I imagine, when someone's listening to this is what they're going through, and this is a song that they're going to listen to. Oh, when people are going on a road trip and they want to feel excited, they want to feel a sense of newness, they want to feel like, wow, this is exciting, this is mysterious, ooh, I love it, road trip, they're going to pop in memory of me. When they're going through a really hard time, they're going to listen to You Have My Heart. When they feel like they need some type of inspiration because they're going through a really difficult time, they're going to listen to Persevere. So I listen and I write these songs and I know my demographic. I make music for people that are really like in high school to about, their early 40s. That's the style of music that I write for. Anybody can enjoy it. The same way when I record these videos, I'm speaking to people that are 18 to about mid-30s, right? I don't sit here and say I got it all figured out, bro. I'm just your big brother sitting here being like, hey, this is what has worked. These aren't theories. These aren't ideas. This isn't just knowledge and I've never applied it. No, it's tried and tested. It's been through the fire. It's been refined. And I want to help you. I want to help you. So I'm just a guide. You're the hero. You're the one that's setting out, stepping out, and creating. I'm just giving you steps and ideas, and I'm a soundboard for you to really say, okay, what does this look like? How was this built? What are some steps you took? That's it. So it's my goal to make things really practical for you. That's what I want to do. That's what I am doing. So when we talk about this, I got my notes right here, right? But when we talk about this, you have to design a plan. Just design one. You can change it as it goes, right? But once you start the foundation, it's pretty much done. So share and spend as much time as you need drawing out your business plan. Draw it out, man. I spent a lot of time on businesses that I thought I wanted to do. But before I really went and got some investment capital, I did the business plan. I said, well, what is this going to cost me? When it's not bringing in money, am I still going to enjoy it? When it's bringing in a lot of money, am I still going to enjoy it because I won't have to do it as much? These are real questions. And that's one of the ways that we ended up here, right? This is one of my streams of revenue. I do make money off of this. I'm not saying that so you can go and be like, oh, see, he's just trying to get, I'm not going to sell you a course. Like, I'm not going to be like, download my free ebook. That's not what's happening right now. What I am doing is saying, man, because I sat down and I've written out a lot of business plans, and right before I pulled the trigger on a lot of plans, I was like, I don't really care about this. Like, I thought I did, but it's not. When you think of a business, when you think of your life, right, Shelby and I, we have what's called our Breed Family Legacy Guidebook. It's literally a notebook, and we wrote down our vision. We wrote down our plan. We wrote down what we're going to do here. We sat down and we say, well, Shelby, what do you want in your life? Sage, what do you want in your life? What do we want to do together? How can we help each other accomplish that? We wrote it down. What do we want for our kids? What kind of life do we want them to have? We don't have any kids at the moment, but vision. How many kids would we like to have? Are we going to have a pet? All right. Are we going to invite people over to the house? Are we going to have a house? These are all things that we sat down and we talked about. There's no right answer. It's your life. There's no wrong answer. Something that I learned is don't ask if something is right or wrong. Instead, ask, is this wise? Take a moment. Take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. You're excited. You're amped. You're pumped. Maybe you're curious. Perhaps you're cautious. Maybe you're feeling a bit of anxiety. That's okay. That's what you're supposed to feel because it's important. This is important to you. And even if it's not yet, you're like, Sage, I don't know what I want to do with my life. That is okay. Seriously, that's okay. Don't let people asking you 50 times, what are you doing with your life? What are you going to do? What are you going to accomplish? Oh, you're about to graduate? Do you know what you want to do? You're about to go to college? What are you majoring? And you're like, I don't know. Am I supposed to know? It's like, I'm figuring it out. Thank you. Back up. It's like, just back up, bro. Let me breathe. These are things that Shelby and I have learned to do. We've learned about setting boundaries. Not everybody should have a say-so on what your blueprint is. Find people that are doing something that you want to do and ask them, how did you get here? Find a way to secure a mentor. Right? I've got a few mentors for different areas of my life. I got a spiritual mentor, a business mentor, a family mentor. Because, man, even though my spiritual mentor is amazing, business is not exactly their cup of tea. They're not business people. But they can teach me, and they do teach me how to be integral. They do teach me how to remain consistent. I can't ask them, hey, how did you go about this business plan? What kind of tax write-off and incentives did this really provide? So, go to them. It's not a dig or a dog on them. Ask people who are able to help you. Ask your close friends and your close family members, hey, can you see me doing this? About 90% of the time, they're right. Yeah, I can see you doing that. We're like, no. If you have a strong passion and a strong desire, take that with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt. People have been running with you. They see things oftentimes that we don't see in ourselves. So if they're like, I can kind of see you doing that, but, not really. Okay. If it's a strong passion and a strong desire, consider that. Oh, okay. Well, I really want to do it. What makes you say that? Ask them, what about that don't you see me doing? Write it down. Okay, what do you see? I see you're really good at building relationships. I see you're really good at drawing. I see that you're really good at motivating people. I see you're really good at music. I see that you're really good at technology. I see that you're really good at, write those things down. Because you have a skill, and your gifts, God gave those to you to capitalize on. Right? Not for your own self, it's for the kingdom. And a worker is worth his wages. So, get to work. Write these things down. So I'm gonna provide us a couple questions that we can walk through together. Okay, right now we're talking about spiritual. This is week 1. We're talking about spiritual. How are we building a blueprint to grow our spiritual life? So whether you're a Christian or not, this can still apply to you. What's your devotion time look like? Right? If you really believe, I'm going to talk to my Christian brothers and sisters right now. If you really believe that the call that God has given you is so important, is the time that you've invested reflect that? If you believe that what God has asked you to do is so crucial, has the time you have shared in prayer and reading the Bible, does it reflect that? Okay? Hey, if you're not Christian and you do whatever religion, okay, my goal is not to sit here and try and convert you, but I'm asking you the same question. What does your devotion time look like? That's real. What do you want it to look like? Okay, so I'm really going to focus a lot of my attention on my Christian brothers and sisters right now. God wants the first. The first. Are we giving that to him? Are we fasting on a regular basis? I'm talking food, right? A lot of times, especially in Western culture, I'm going to fast social media. I'm going to fast my phone. I'm going to fast TV. Sure, right? There's a time and place for that. And there's something powerful about fasting food because you literally need it to survive. And it's not harming yourself. It's not doing anything irresponsible, but it's saying, okay, my flesh is literally hungry. I have to tell myself God will sustain me. Because then when temptations come, you're submitted. Then when struggles come, you're already aligned. A young child, they can't drink milk forever. So at some point, there has to be growth in the disciplines. It's real. So what do you want your devotional time? Question 1, what do you want your devotional time to look like? Describe it. Nobody's saying you have to sit down and pray for 7 hours, right? Time and place for that. The Bible says that Jesus prayed through the night and from nighttime into the morning. So, there's a time and place for that. That's not something that you would do every night per se, right? But that should be something that you do. Write it down. Walk through it. Have some time to really sit down and say, okay, God, give me a vision. Write it down. Make it plain so it can be seen while all the run. Question 2. What kind of fruit do you want your life to have? What kind of fruit do you want your life to have? You may be thinking, Sage, what is fruit? I'm not a tree, right? The fruit just means, the fruits of your labor. Out of all the work, out of all the time that you invested, what are you hoping to get out of it? Man, God, I invested, 30 minutes with you. I would like to get some peace out of it. Man, God, I invested an hour with you. I would like to get some joy out of it. The Bible calls this the fruit of the Spirit. Okay, Galatians 6, the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. The more you grow, the more disciplined you should be. One of the things that we love about people in the movies, the successful ones, right, is that more often than not, the main character is relatively disciplined. They're very focused on a vision, right? The story starts off with the protagonist just living life, la, 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 la. Boom, something happens and they have to make a decision. They're pushed out of their comfort zone and called into action. They don't know what to do. They're figuring out as they go. But then a guide comes along and says, hey, I've done this before. I have experience in this area. I'm not going to do it for you. You have to do it. So now the hero has to make an internal decision. Is this really worth the struggle? And they go. Then you have, you got the story. I forget what it's called. But you got like the apex. You have the climax. Then you have the resolution. And different things happen internally and externally for our hero, and it's what keeps us engaged. Let's take a moment and let's realize that's your life. That's your life. At one point, we were so comfortable doing whatever it is we were doing. Then something happened. Yo, I gotta grow. Dude, okay, I can't keep doing this anymore. Well, I cannot keep staying up late. I can't keep this behavior. I can't keep being rude. I can't keep being disrespectful. I can't keep being undisciplined. I have to change. I have to grow. So then now you reach out, right? Now you're here at Lifeline. Now you reach out. Hey, I need some help. Okay, hey, I've done this before. Let's sit down. Let's do a blueprint. Let's sit down. Let's build a schedule. Let's sit down. Let's build a budget. Okay, wow, now my life's really taking off. Okay, boom, hit with the challenge. Are you going to stick to it? If you stick to it, you're going to succeed. If you say, nah, this hurts too much, you're going to be in a hurtful cycle. Which is why we need this blueprint. Is why we need a written down plan. Is why we need a course of action. Because when you make a decision ahead of time, you won't have to make a decision when you get there. Okay, let me slow that down. When you make a decision ahead of time, when this situation arises, when this type of situation arises, this is how I'm going to respond. That way, emotions don't get involved. We love emotions. Emotions are a gift. They're a wonderful thing. And they're bad when you got to make decisions. We don't make emotional decisions. We make informed decisions. We allow our emotions to inform us, but we don't allow them to decide for us. So, write it out. Write out what kind of life you want to have. Write out what you're willing to invest. Write out what you want your fruit to be. Y'all, final question, okay? Hey, I'm excited. You guys have been doing so good, just locking in and really getting this. This is the final question. When you think about your life, where do you want it to be in 6 months? Okay, when you think about your spiritual life, where do you want it to be in 6 months? Do you want to be in the same place? Right? Nothing wrong with that. You just have to move with intention. Do you want to be in the same place? Do you want to be able to help other people? Do you want to be able to have a routine set? Right? Do you want to be able to walk alongside someone and just give them instruction? Do you want to be more courageous? What do you want your spiritual life to look like in 6 months? This is a part of building the vision. Whatever your vision may be, you should be able to close your eyes in time and be able to articulate with specifics. If it's not specific, it's not a vision. It's a dream. I want to reach everybody. So what you just said is you don't know what you're doing. You don't want to reach anybody. I don't want to reach everybody personally. I only want to, my main focus is that 18 to 35. That's my main focus. Anybody and everybody can benefit from this. But this is specifically for you. When I sat down and I prayed, you were on my mind. Okay? Hey guys, I pray for you all the time. Those that have been rocking with us for over a year, you know. If this is your first time joining us, I'm so glad you stuck around for the end of this video, for the end of this lesson, this end of this conversation. I pray for you. I have. Okay, you guys already know you can hit me up on Instagram with your prayer requests. You can hit me up on Facebook. Rest in peace, TikTok. Right? I'm no TikTok anymore. But you can find me, y'all. I'm not hiding. It's just at Sage Breed on everything. Okay? You want to have a conversation? Let's talk. I got time for y'all. You want to meet up? Okay, let's talk and see what that looks like. I'm here for you. I'm available to you. I'm available for you. If you have questions, Sage, what did your blueprint look like? Sage, what does your family look like? Sage, how did you navigate this? Sage, I really did not like what you said about this. I'm here for you whenever, however. Hit me up, y'all. I'm available. I made the invitation. Okay, y'all, so join us tomorrow. Tomorrow we are getting, oh my gosh, this one, I'm excited. This was one of my favorite segments that we do. It's called Back to the Book. A strong desire, a strong passion, my vision is that our group, our community, our family, we are biblically literate. So what we were doing before our hiatus is we were walking through the book of Genesis, the first book in the Bible, and we were going week by week. Our final one was Genesis 12. Tomorrow, we are jumping into Genesis 13. Oh my gosh, y'all. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. Hey, if you have enjoyed this conversation, share it. Share it with somebody. If this has really impacted you in a way like, man, thank you. Give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. It's lit. Okay. Hey, y'all. I believe in you. You're strong. You're smart. I love you. And until next time, peace.